has started drilling into a volcano, and this could change everything.
Welcome to the latest issue of Top Secret.
Icelanders are carrying out a project drilling deep into the heart of a dormant volcano. This risky action could unleash a massive geothermal energy source or cause a terrifying geological.
Can humans control the primitive power of the Earth? Join Top Secret to explore the reason and answer for this action in today's video.
The unexpected incident when the drill bit hit the volcano. In life, sometimes things happen completely by accident. Like taking the wrong bus, wearing clothes inside out, or confusing salt with sugar. Such incidents usually only cause a bit of embarrassment or temporary discomfort.
But if that incident involves a volcano, the consequences could be far beyond imagination. In 2009, a major Icelandic energy company called Iceland's Volcanic carried out an ambitious project at Krafla, an active volcanic area in northern Iceland. Their goal was to drill a geothermal well nearly 5,000 meters deep, with the hope of harnessing the immense heat from underground to generate electricity. Initially, everything went according to plan.
But then, a strange phenomenon occurred. The drill bit kept getting stuck at the same depth.
No one understood what was happening.
They tried adjusting equipment, reinforcing the drilling system, even attempting various methods to penetrate the hard rock layer below.
But each time, at a certain point, the drill bit was mysteriously blocked. Only when they pulled the drill bit up did the entire team become astonished.
On the equipment were small blast fragments, an unusual phenomenon when drilling deep under. After careful analysis, scientists were amazed to realize the truth. They had drilled straight into a magma chamber, containing molten rock at extremely high temperature. This was an unexpected discovery, as typically, magma chambers lie very deep, tens of kilometers below the surface. No one expected that in this area, magma would be so close to the surface.
Drilling into a magma chamber poses enormous risks. Just a small mistake, pressure from below could push magma back up, causing a terrible natural disaster.
Aware of the danger level, the engineering team immediately pumped over 1 million tons of cold water into the well to cool the area. Ultimately, they decided to shut down the entire project. No one dared to risk continuing. This time, they will intentionally drill into a volcano for a bigger reason. 15 years later, another group of scientists and engineers in Iceland decided to do the same thing, but this time intentionally. They are preparing to drill directly into a volcano with greater ambition, harnessing the power of magma to transform the global energy industry. In fact, Iceland has undergone a geothermal energy revolution spanning decades.
About 80 years ago, this country still relied on coal and oil, like most other nations. At that time, Iceland was one of the poorest countries in Europe, with economic difficulties, cold winters, and energy always scarce.
But since starting to exploit geothermal energy, everything has completely changed. Currently, over 90% of households in Iceland use geothermal for heating, helping the country transform from one of the poorest nations to one of the wealthiest in Europe in just 25 years. Thanks to deep drilling projects to exploit geothermal energy, electricity production from this source has increased 17 times, with thousands of wells drilled to depths of. The extraction method is very simple. Steam from hot underground areas spins turbines, generating electricity. This is a clean, continuous, and extremely stable energy source. Unlike solar or wind power, geothermal can be exploited 24/7, uninterrupted by weather.
So why does Iceland want to drill directly into an active volcano this time? The answer is the enormous energy potential.
Geothermal energy is already powerful, but if heat from magma can be harnessed, the energy obtained would be 10 times greater than conventional geothermal. This means being able to generate electricity with massive capacity without using fossil fuels. The Krafla volcano crater, chosen for this drilling, is one of the most active volcanic areas in the world. Located right on the tectonic boundary of the Mid-Atlantic Ridge, over the past 1,000 years, this volcano has erupted more than 30 times, most recently in 1984. If you look at the map of Iceland, you can see that the country lies right on one of the planet's most powerful geothermal areas. Iceland has over 200 volcanoes, and it is the successive eruptions over millions of years that have formed this island. On average, there is an eruption every 5 years, but most occur in uninhabited areas.
Therefore, scientists believe that Iceland is the ideal place to harness energy from magma.
If successful, they will not only utilize the immense energy source right beneath their feet, but also potentially open a completely new direction for the global energy industry.
Is drilling into magma really feasible? This could be one of the greatest advances in energy extraction history or a highly risky experiment.
But regardless of the outcome, Iceland has shown the world its readiness to explore new scientific and technological frontiers to find sustainable energy solutions for the future. Volcano Drilling Project, a new step in geothermal energy.
In Iceland,
Right on top of a volcano, there is a power plant, a highway, and even high-speed internet. But the most remarkable thing is the ambitious plan to drill directly into the magma chamber located just 1.5 to 3 kilometers below the surface, where temperatures reach 1. This project is named KMT, with the goal of extracting superheated steam from the magma chamber to generate powerful, endless geothermal energy. If successful, KMT will provide clean electricity for all of Iceland and could usher in a new era for the world's energy sector. In reality, humanity is seeking to abandon fossil fuels to prevent climate change, but few have considered harnessing the immense heat from the Earth's core. The director of the Geothermal Research Institute compares the scale and importance of KMT to the James Webb Space Telescope, an instrument that allows humans to see. Although volcano drilling cannot show us distant galaxies, it could bring something more important, saving this planet. However, there is an issue. Drilling into a volcano risks causing an artificial eruption. As each drill passes through the molten rock layer, it could release pressure and push magma to the surface. But scientists have considered this and realized the risk is not as high as one might think.
evidence is that in 2009, a drill accidentally hit a magma chamber, but no eruption occurred. This proves that, if done correctly, the project is entirely feasible.
Exploratory drilling will begin in 2026, with the first well expected to be completed in 2027. This will also be the first time in history that humans insert sensors directly into the magma chamber to study how magma moves, its pressure, temperature, and chemical composition. This will not only help in energy extraction but also contribute to more accurate predictions of when and where volcanoes will erupt, hoping to protect people from the dirty drilling deep into the earth. The process of drilling into magma in the KMT project will go through several stages, each facing significant challenges. The first stage is at a depth of 200 meters, where the drill passes through soil and soft rock layers. This is the easiest part of the entire project. Next, at around 1,500 meters, the drill will hit solid volcanic rock, marking the beginning of a real challenge. When drilling reaches a depth of 2,000 meters, the drill will encounter extremely hard volcanic rock, requiring advanced drilling technology. Finally, at a depth of 2,500 meters, the drill will reach the magma chamber, which holds immense energy. To visualize, this depth is equivalent to stacking 22.5 Statues of Liberty or about 3.3 Shanghai Towers on top of each other. Although this is a great depth for humans, scientists still consider it very close to the Earth's surface. After reaching the magma, the drill will be withdrawn and replaced with a hollow steel pipe capable of withstanding
Next, concrete will be poured around the well to secure it for decades.
A smaller drill will then be used to take magma samples and insert sensors to collect data. The biggest challenge is not only drilling to the magma, but also keeping the well stable for many years. An important unanswered question is why magma retains heat at this depth despite being surrounded by cooler rock. This is one of the mysteries the KMT project aims to uncover.
If the first well is successful, the team will proceed with a second well in 2029.
This time, they will test a super powerful geothermal technology that could generate electricity many times more than current geothermal.
If successful, it will completely change how humans use energy.
With advanced technology and thorough preparation, the KMT project could open a new door for humanity to harness powerful energy from the Earth's interior without fossil fuels.
However, is this truly the key to a greener future? Only time will tell. The mystery of the magma chamber's heat.
Scientists are still debating why the magma chamber can maintain such extreme temperatures without cooling over time, even though it is relatively close to the Earth's surface. One hypothesis suggests that the size of this magma chamber is so large that the surrounding rock cannot significantly reduce its temperature. Like a giant pot of boiling water on a stove, even after turning off the heat, the thermal energy inside takes a very long time to decrease. Another hypothesis suspects that there is some mysterious energy source deep underground, possibly an unidentified element, continuously emitting heat and maintaining the magma's warmth. However, whatever the true cause, there is still insufficient data to conclude whether the temperature in this magma chamber will remain stable throughout the geothermal well's lifespan.
That means if this energy source is exploited, humans still face unforeseen risks.
Nevertheless, scientists believe that if energy can be extracted directly from the magma source, humans will possess a form of geothermal energy far superior to traditional technology. Instead of pumping a mixture of water and steam from underground to spin turbines like conventional geothermal, the new method will directly utilize the superheated steam generated right from the The heat from magma can reach over 1,800 degrees Celsius, 10 times higher than conventional geothermal sources, which only reach a maximum of 200 degrees. This means that if successful, just one magma well could produce more electricity than over 10 conventional geothermal wells combined. Not only does it help increase electricity production, but this technology also opens a new era in volcanic. Its sensors and measuring devices can be placed directly in the magma chamber. Scientists will have the opportunity to collect direct data on temperature, pressure, and how magma moves. Previously, most magma research relied on indirect methods, using seismic waves or simulation models. But if this project succeeds, humans can observe volcanic activity in an unprecedented way. The importance of this technology is also evident when looking back at past volcanic disasters. The eruption of the Eyjafjallajökull volcano in 2010 created a massive ash cloud, causing over 100,000 flights to be cancelled and resulting in billions of dollars. If humans had more accurate forecasting technology at that time, the consequences of this event could have been significantly mitigated. Therefore, drilling into the magma chamber not only helps humans exploit an endless energy source, but could also significantly improve the ability to predict future volcanic eruptions, hoping to protect millions of people from unpredictable natural disasters. Although building a magma energy extraction well may cost 2 to 3 times more than a conventional geothermal well, the benefits it brings are substantial. Just by comparing a simple example, to supply electricity to 30,000 households, a traditional geothermal system requires up to 18, whereas if magma extraction technology is used, this number can be reduced to just 2 wells. Reducing the number of drilling wells means significantly saving on extraction area, reducing environmental impact, while also helping to optimize energy efficiency. The process of converting magma energy into electricity occurs in a closed cycle. First, superheated steam from magma is pumped up from underground and passes through a heat exchanger. As this steam moves through a system of pipes containing water, its immense heat causes the water in the pipes to boil vigorously, creating extremely high steam pressure. This high-pressure steam rushes into turbines, causing them to spin at high speed, thereby generating electricity. After passing through the turbines, the cooled steam is directed into a cooling system, where it condenses into liquid water. This water is then pumped back underground, where it contacts magma and is reheated, forming a continuous cycle. If the project in Iceland succeeds, this technology could quickly spread worldwide, especially in areas with strong volcanic activity. Countries like Kenya, Hawaii, Japan, and California all have volcanic systems with magma chambers and relatively shallow depths, making them ideal for deploying this technology. Even some areas in the Pacific Ring of Fire, which has the most active volcanoes on Earth, also have the potential to become huge geothermal energy sources in the future. Although the initial cost of drilling down to the magma chamber will certainly be higher than conventional geothermal extraction, if magma energy is truly as powerful and efficient as predicted, these investments can be recouped in a short time. Iceland has actually had experience drilling into a volcano to collect pure magma samples in a previous project. Researchers drilled into the Krafla volcanic system, an area with shield volcanoes, young lava flows, and many ancient craters. Although this area hasn't erupted for 700 years, the geological activity beneath remains very lively, with hot gas streams, boiling springs, and magma constantly flowing underground. This shows that even seemingly dormant volcanoes can be massive energy sources if properly exploited. If the magma energy extraction project succeeds, humans will not only possess a clean and abundant energy source, but also have the opportunity to better understand Earth's workings, opening a completely new direction in energy and geological science. Volcanic energy extraction is ambitious and challenging. To extract energy from volcanoes, scientists must drill a deep geothermal well beneath the Earth's surface. In 2017, they set a record by drilling to a depth of about 4,700 meters. Besides collecting extremely valuable rock samples for geological research, the ultimate goal of this project is to turn the drilling wells into steam conduit systems similar to how geothermal power plants. But whether that plan will succeed remains a big question. Meanwhile, humans are not only seeking energy from underground but also looking for space. Solar power is a popular renewable energy source that still has limitations. Although solar panels operate efficiently, they cannot avoid the effects of unpredictable weather, cloud cover, or nighttime, causing energy absorption to be interrupted. So how can we maximize the use of this energy source? A bold idea has been proposed: placing giant solar panels in space, where there are no obstacles to capturing sunlight. This is no longer a science fiction hypothesis. For decades, scientists have researched the feasibility of this technology. Recently, a British company named Space Solar has partnered with an Icelandic energy company to develop an orbital solar power station expected to be deployed by 2030. If successful, this system could produce about 30 megawatts of electricity, enough to power 1,500 to 3,000 households.
The system's operating mechanism is quite simple yet innovative.
Solar panels will collect energy in orbit, then convert it into special frequency radio waves to transmit back to Earth. Upon arrival, these waves will be converted back into electrical energy and fed into the national grid.
This project promises to become a massive energy satellite system, even larger than the International Space Station when completed. If everything goes according to plan, by 2036,
the company will launch an upgraded version with a capacity of up to 1 gigawatt, equivalent to a large-scale power.
Iceland trades off between energy and natural disasters.
Returning to the story of the volcano, in January 2024, a violent eruption occurred on the Reykjanes Peninsula, Iceland. This is an area that had been dormant for 700 years, but now the ground suddenly cracked open, with lava flowing into the town of Renewable.
Local authorities built barriers to divert the lava flow away.
But unfortunately, the crack appeared outside the protected area, causing some houses to be burnt down. However, the greatest loss is not just the destroyed homes, but also the energy system that Iceland relies on. The lava flow destroyed the hot water pipeline from the geothermal power plant to nearby residential areas. As a result, many towns had to close schools, sports halls, and swimming pools due to the lack of hot water during the cold winter. Although toxic gases from the eruption were mostly pushed out to sea, reducing the risk of air pollution on land.
Experts still warn that this area is becoming increasingly dangerous. Since 2021, Reykjanes has witnessed 5 eruptions, and scientists fear this is just the beginning.
Seismic data shows that a large amount of magma is still accumulating underground, increasing the risk of a more powerful eruption in the future. Therefore, the Icelandic government cannot remain idle. Currently, they are urgently building a barrier system to protect the geothermal power plant in the southwest of the country. This project is extremely important as it provides electricity, heating, and hot water to about 30,000 people on the Reykjanes. The plan includes 2 layers of barriers, with the first layer about 4 kilometers long, and the second slightly shorter, less than 2 kilometers. To complete the project as soon as possible, 70 workers have been mobilized to work day and night, despite the risk of a volcanic eruption at any time. Some of Iceland's largest construction companies and many subcontractors are also involved in the project. Despite facing risks, they continue working because they understand that without this barrier, a subsequent eruption could submerge the entire energy system of the area. This is the price Iceland must pay to utilize underground energy, a trade-off between convenience and hazardous nature. The geothermal heat from underground is truly a massive energy source if utilized properly and could solve many problems for Earth, not just Iceland. So, what do you think about this project?
They watched this far, Don.
Thank you for watching the entire video, and see you next time.